Hi everybody, in case you don't know, my name's Everett Swift. I'm here in the Philippines and I do work in here in my so-called studio, a small bedroom, doing video editing and stuff. And I'll show you something here. My desk is getting a little crowded. I got this television, it's Ann's old TV from her other house. She said take this and put it in your studio. And I hook my computers to it and I have an extra screen that way. But I want to have a little more room on my desk. So my plan is to make a TV stand. I have metal left over from another project. And we had bought this stand for this TV. I took all the measurements of it. And I'm going to make a stand kind of like that. When we had ordered or bought that TV, we bought a wall. We was going to mount it on a wall. And the box it came in, everything here. But we never actually used it. We ended up ordering the stand I just showed you on Shopee. So I've got the metal left over from a project. I've taken measurements off that and I'm going to build a TV stand to put behind my desk and get that TV off my desk. So I'll show you some of the steps of building a TV stand. So I took all the measurements I needed of how much metal and everything. So this is the metal I'll be using. I've got a long piece of 1x1 which will be for the stand-ups, and I've got some 2x2 which will be for the bottom, make it heavier, and also have a piece here for a brace at the top. Then I'll mount the TV mount to that and then mount the TV on it. Of course I'm going to paint it first, but first I got to get this black piece cleaned up and cut the sizes I needed and then weld it together. So I'll get this cleaned up first. Got the grinder and the sandpaper wheel or flapper disc, so I'll use that to clean that one piece up real good. Okay, all my parts are cut out now. Basically the same size as the other one, except for the feet on the floor. I made them 1 inch longer because 12 inches seemed a little bit short, and it still looks a little short to me, but it's working with the other TV, and this one's a lot lighter, so I don't think it's going to be an issue once I get everything together. So I'm going to start welding together. First I got to make everything real flat on this table because this table is not exactly flat, and if I don't get everything exactly right, it'll be tweaked, and I don't want that. I want everything to be straight and in line. So first I got to figure that out, and then I'll get the welding. So I got this piece of tile here. It's the flattest thing I can find. So that'll work for this part, getting this part welded together. These will be the feet. I got a magnet so it's set square, and I'm giving myself 2 inches here. The upwards part will go in the corner here to give another inch in the back because they're 1 inch square, and weld them in after this. So that should work. I'll just have to figure out how to make sure everything's straight and square when I weld the other pieces on. So with that, I'll get the welding. Okay. Hands doing karaoke, so if you hear music in the background, that's what that is. I got all the welder set up, now I'm going to get the welding. Make sure the settings are right. Okay, give it a try. I got it set on low because this stuff burns really easy. It's not the thickest in the world. I'm just going to spot weld a little at first. They're not the prettiest welds in the world, but they'll do the trick. Let's set this aside for a minute. Yeah, that's all together. So now I gotta do this other one. Put my ground over here. And this thing is not wanting to stay on my head real well. There. So what I did, I take these and get my 2 inches. There. Everything's sitting flat, and I want to make sure I'm square. Looks good. So spot weld this together. That should hold that. Yeah. After I get everything spot welded together, then I'll do final weld on everything. Now the part with this, I need these to be exactly 14 inches. And I want to make sure that they are flat and straight. So let's see how I can do this. Yeah, this is holding this level where I want it. Now I gotta have 14 inches. I think this is the piece that goes in the top, so this should be giving me my 14 inches. Tape measure to make sure. I want to be 14 inches center to center. I am. And I want them centered here. So I'm going to set that right there and go just like this. This is holding these flat, so I don't have to worry about the rest of the table. So let's see here. About 8.5 millimeter or centimeters. Whoa. That's 9.5, so I need to go over just a little. 1.5 inches. Nine. Okay, that's about center as I'm going to get it. Those are where I want them. And I want the other end. Let's get this squared to where I need it first. Right about there. I'm just going to tack weld it, so if I need to do any adjustments I can. These are where I need them there. This is not getting welded in here, so it's just a spacer for the moment. Whoops, got my ground wire hooked up. Like to turn it over and get that part. I'm just going to tack weld from underneath real quick, right back here. There. Okay, that doesn't move anymore. Before it was moving a little bit. I didn't want that. So now I've got to get this piece welded toward the top. And it's tight, I'll say that for it. So the question is how to do that and have all this. So gotta take a second to do some planning here. By George, they look awfully good. They look straight. Everything's good the way I want it right there. I've given myself a couple inches there, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to let that piece drop down about an inch. Maybe 2. Just go 2 inches. There. Right about there. Right there is where I want it. Everything looks good right there. These are lining up good. So I'm going to give a tack weld here. And then weld everything more permanent. I do have plastic plugs to put in the ends, open ends. So that'll look nice. Do that after I get it painted. Oops, burned a little there. Go ahead and do this part. Am I out of wire? What's going on here? That could be. I've done a lot of welding with this wire, so it may be. Check and see. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change out the wire in the welder. I'm out of wire. I got another spool to put in it, so I'll get that done. Then I'll just finish all the welding. I'll not video that. Then paint it, and after the paint's dry, put the rubber plugs in for where the open area are in the feet, and mount the TV. So I'll video some of that later. I'm not going to video the rest of the welding. You'll get kind of bored with that. So now at least you know what it's going to look like. So I'll get that done and see you later in the next section. Okay, I have it painted. Give you a look at that real quick. Or I'll give you a look at it after I'm done here, because the cameras are set up already. Now I've already drilled the holes in here for the screws to mount this, and I'm just going to mount this real quick in here. I had to take some self-tapping metal screws that I already had here and get them tapped out, and then cut them down to the size they needed because they were too long. So these work pretty good for this. They got the roofing screws, so they got rubber washers on them, or plastic washers, which will, I think, be good to mount it with. Get this one started here. The little rubber plastics coming loose. If you can hear Ann, I'm sure you can hear Ann still doing her karaoke. I bought her a new speaker the other day, came with a microphone and everything, and she's really been enjoying that. Her old one was pretty wore out, she said. She wanted a new one, so. Okay, I'm going to set that right about there and tighten these down. This seems unstable. It's sitting on cardboard because I painted it on cardboard to keep from getting paint all over the floor in here in the dirty kitchen. So there. Now all I gotta do is take and hang the TV on it. Oh, I gotta put my rubber inserts on. So I gotta find those, dig those out and put those on real quick. Sorry, I was going to film on the other camera to put this on, but forgot to hit record on it. So you'll just have to see through this camera. Now I've got these plastic inserts to go in the 2x2 in the bottom, and then I got some for a 1x1 at the top here. So it's going to take 4 of these and 2 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and get those slapped on. I think the best way to do is just lay it back here. Just like that. There's those 2. I mean, they're not absolutely necessary, but makes it look more professional. Okay. And then the ones 2 1x1 for the top. And these will pop in right here. And there we go. All I gotta do is mount the TV on it now and get it where I want it sitting. So I'll show that after I get it in the house and start mounting it. Okay, I got it in the room here. So what I got to do now is take the TV, put the mounts on the back of the TV for the hangers. So do that real quick. Get it out of the package. Well, these are stuck together. There we go. And it's going to have to sit like that. There's supposed to be screws in here, but I don't see them. Oh, must be in the bag. Okay, first thing I want to do is unplug this TV and disconnect the HDMI cable and flip it around here. And I need to mount these to the TV to hang. And I'm going to hang, I want to hang it a little high, so I'm going to put it up about 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, I think will work. And find the right screws here. And these need washers. And I think there's washers in here. I'm hoping there's washers in here, yeah. Let's see if I can get this bag open. All these big screws I can't use because it's got parts to put it in the wall, but I don't want to drill holes in the wall, and it's in front of a window anyway. So, yeah, washers there for it. Make sure that's the right direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just happen to have the right size screws for this TV. And I have a screwdriver here somewhere. So leave that sit for a second. There we go. There we go. Okay. So if you see, these did not line up real well. I wanted to go up higher, but actually I would have brought it lower now that I think of it. But it's got a slot right here. So I can use a slotted for the bottom screw and then line up one of the top holes, because none of the top holes would line up. So the slotted one there is the one to use. So this is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th hole down. So I want to do that first one first. Or the top one first, I think. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Did I miscount? Yep, I'm one hole off. Make this easier for the... Oh, cool. That started real easy, so. And my last screw, there's bigger ones here that don't fit, and then there's smaller ones. Is this? Yeah, this is a smaller one. Whoops. Bumblefinger, keep dropping stuff. I don't want to over tighten because that's in plastic. It will strip it out. Okay, there we go. Now these must be the screws that go under here for tightening, so it doesn't fall off. So put those in, get them started. And now I'm ready to hang it onto the TV stand, so let's give it a try. And there we go. Steady as can be. A little wobble because of the floor there, I think, but it's gonna be good. I'm going to take these legs off. I don't need those on there. Get that centered a little bit. And I'll turn it around here and tighten these two screws so it doesn't go flopping around. Can I do it with this? Not very easily. Get it part of the way and then I'll use a regular screwdriver. There. I have a long screwdriver just for that purpose right here. And there we go. TV is mounted. So what I'll do, I got to move some furniture around, probably disconnect some computer wiring, reroute some wiring, and then get it behind my desk where I want it, and go from there. So I'll be back once I get all that done. Okay, everything's set up back in normal. Got the TV mounted. So let's see, it's hooked to this computer. Oops. Let's turn it on and see if it's working. And there we go. There's my computer screen. So I can flip from this screen to that screen. Enter my password. And I'm in. And I can move any page I want to that screen now. Oh, all my icons and stuff are on that screen. So, Google. That's taken a long time. Why? It usually opens right up. Oh, there we go. It's down on this screen now. So now I can take and move it from this screen to that screen. Resize, and there we go. And then I can also have one on the other screen down here, another tab. So new window. And have one on this computer too. So YouTube on this one. And I can go search on this one. Let's see. TV stand. Oops. Should be a space there, I guess. There we go. So, works. And then I can also use my other computer over here for whatever needs, text editor or whatever. So, there we go. It works. So, my small little studio here, you can tell, kind of crowded, but Ann wants to build a new one for me pretty soon. But there's some stuff I want to get taken care of before I build it. And it's going to be plenty big enough when it's done. It's just going to be a little while. Then I can have my lights and green screen and everything set up the way I want it. But for now, this works for me. I've been using it ever since the house was built. This bedroom was actually built for a studio. But I didn't realize it was going to be... didn't realize I'd have so much more equipment than I actually have now. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.